I put on LBC. I put on LBC. Yeah, I put on LBC. Over LBC. I put on LBC. Over LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon guys on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Started with a vision, now we running the game. Charts glow, purple teal, yeah, you know the name. From the beach to the block, we controlling the tide. Every candle that we light, that's a wave we ride. I've been grinding through the night while the city don't sleep. Putting LBC on maps, taking wins, stacking deep. From the charts to the streets, got the fam in the mix. Every move calculated, yeah, we playing with steel. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon guys on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Crypto hustle late nights, yeah, we stay in the zone. Stacking knowledge, stacking bags, turning charts into gold. Market makers throw shade, but we glow through the rain. Every dip just a test, every loss turns to gain. Got the fam worldwide, but the roots run deep. From the med, I was grind to the LBC streets. This for every wave rider who believed in the dream. We gon' put it on the map, keep it real, reign supreme. Reign supreme, reign supreme, reign supreme. I put over LBC, over LBC. I put over LBC, over LBC. From the charts to the stage, man, you know who it be. It's that Lunar Beaches fam putting on endlessly.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lunar Beaches Crypto, where we ride the waves of the crypto market all the way to the moon. Thank you all for joining me this evening. I do greatly appreciate you for being here. Sorry about the throat clearing. Did not expect that. Moon gods, bring us our gains. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. We'll see. We'll see what they have in store for us this week. And moving forward, we're going to go over a few things tonight. Got a little bit of Powell news. I'm sure Piper over at the Piper Academy will be breaking that down tomorrow. So be sure to tune in over there to the morning market report. You guys are amazing. But anywho, how's everybody doing? How was your weekend? Was it chill? Or what? Chaotic? Did you catch some playoff football like I did? I'm also dealing with a little bit of illness, but we push through. I just can't seem to get right. My body's just like falling apart. I don't. It's really, I think it's because of this weather, man. I don't know where you guys live, but here in the Delta, it's been chaotic, man. It'll be 38 degrees one day, 58 the next, and then back to 38, and then up to 70, and then back to 40, like day after day after day. And my body, especially my sinuses, are just not having it. But it's okay. It's okay. We're here. We keep going. And yeah. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Let's go ahead and say good evening to the chat. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Rashad? How you doing, bro? Thank you for being here. We got all set in the house saying send it. Yeah, I hope so. I'm in along. I'll show you guys in a sec. We've got Shep in the house. What's going on? Good evening, bro. How you doing? We got Harp with the metal horns. Thank you for being here, Harp. We got Lasers. Pew, pew, pew. What's going on, Lasers? How you doing? How you doing? We got Alexo Crypto. Too much Mexican powder on the weekend. I kind of wish I had some. Not really, but yeah. Oh, look at this. The Chinchilla Man. What's going on? Army Piper. What's going on, bro? Thank you for being here. It looks like Bitcoin is rejecting after SFP of the highs. Maybe. Maybe if that's the case, I might need to get out of my scalp long. Probably should anyway, because losing a little bit of momentum. We'll see. How's everybody doing? Ramis, we got to get you to 1K. 65 away, bro. We're almost there. We're almost there. All right, so this is a neat little indicator. I saw that Chart Prime shared this. It's part of their free indicators. And this one is called the HTF, High Time Frame Candle Profile. And you can change it to daily, weekly, or monthly. Minimum period profile, 50, all that good stuff. Customize it a good bit, but it's cool because you can see the profile of whatever setting you have it on, the daily or the weekly or the monthly. So that's the high time frame profile, and it just maps it out for you, which is pretty freaking cool. We just started the week, so it's going to be the exact same if I put it on the day. So it'll be cool. I just put this on like an hour before the stream, so I haven't done any kind of back testing or anything like that to figure out how to trade with it, but it's just something that I wanted to share because I saw it and I thought it was pretty cool. So check that out. Shout out to Chart Prime. Totally skipped my comment about switching bodies. Is it because I'm in top chat? Let's go to live chat. No, there it is. I'll trade bodies with you, no problem. I got you. Oh, well, you know. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. You know, I'm not even going to get into that. I was going to say, you know, cancer runs in my family, so if you want my body. All right, here's the long that I'm in right now. I told you guys I was in a long. Yes, I did take some, I did have a down week last week. 2 or 3 trades, I don't know, down 35 bucks on the week last week. It is what it is. You know, we share our wins, we share our losses. The important point is that we also share our process, our rules. We show that we stick to our rules, and we are transparent about everything, wins or losses. I believe that is what is most important, and just being safe. So stop loss slightly above entry, so already a risk-free trade, and it's looking like we might get a push up here. If we can break this high, then I'll move that stop loss below these lows, even though I don't really, it is on the 1 minute, so we'll see. But it's getting a nice little push right now, so I'm not going to take it. The trading dashboard, so you can see those 2 or 3 losses. I don't know how many it was last week, but really brought my average daily net P&L down. Plus, I only traded 3 times last week. I didn't have a lot of time to trade last week. I won't have a lot of time to trade this week. I have a trainee at work this week, so I will be, and well, I don't know how long they'll be with me, or they'll be riding with me. So I'll be too busy at work to be looking at the charts. I got someone to train, and that is my number 1 priority, is to train them up so that they can fill my spot so that I can finally move up. So that's the goal. That's the goal. You can see average winning trade holding time, 3 hours, average winning trade net P&L, $18. Average losing trade net P&L minus $12, and those trades last week didn't help me at all. My win rate was above 50, now it's at 46, and we're at 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. And this is just with the breakout account. So we're gonna keep going until we get funded, man. It might take a while. So, and that's okay. All right, a little bit of a push here right now. Did that take the high? It did not. So we're creating equal highs here, but no reason to move the stop loss just yet. So let's get the white screen off so I can stop blinding all the sensitive eye people. Still a better P&L than minus 9,000 for 30-day period. I'm trying Dutch. My final form will be Dirty Dutch. Evening, Fib Dancers. What's going on, bro? How you doing? How you doing? Little Fish, what's going on? How y'all doing? Thank you for coming by. Hitting that like. Come on, get us another push here, Bitcoin. All right, let's back. Let's go over some important stuff. We've got so right now we've got a little bit of a macro driver going on right now. Fed independence drama. I don't know if you guys saw this. I will share the clip tonight. And Piper will break it down for you even further tomorrow. But so the DOJ, a DOJ criminal probe into Fed Chair Powell is escalating the Trump Fed fight and is already being framed by Powell as pressure to cut rates. This, my friends, is extremely unprecedented. Have we ever had a Fed chair go directly at the president? Like, ever? I don't know. Let me know if you know. But let's go ahead and take a listen to Powell right now.
Good evening. On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas, threatening a criminal indictment related to my testimony before the Senate Banking Committee last June. That testimony concerned, in part, a multi-year project to renovate historic Federal Reserve office buildings. I have deep respect for the rule of law and for accountability in our democracy. No one, certainly not the chair of the Federal Reserve, is above the law. But this unprecedented action should be seen in the broader context of the administration's threats and ongoing pressure. This new threat is not about my testimony last June or about the renovation of the Federal Reserve buildings. It is not about Congress's oversight role. The Fed, through testimony and other public disclosures, made every effort to keep Congress informed about the renovation project. Those are pretexts. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president. This is about whether the Fed will be able to continue to set interest rates based on evidence and economic conditions, or whether instead monetary policy will be directed by political pressure or intimidation. I have served at the Federal Reserve under 4 administrations, Republicans and Democrats alike. In every case, I have carried out my duties without political fear or favor, focused solely on our mandate of price stability and maximum employment. Public service sometimes requires standing firm in the face of threats. I will continue to do the job the Senate confirmed me to do, with integrity and a commitment to serving the American people.
So yeah, shots fired. So the Fed is directly coming out and saying, yeah, this admin is trying to force our hand to cutting rates by threatening us, me personally, Jay Powell, with a criminal investigation. Pretty crazy. Could you imagine having a beer with Powell? My God, that would be torture. I googled where my dog's at, and I got sent here. There you go. What's up, B team? How you doing? Is that weaponizing the DOJ? Asking for a friend. You know, maybe because, like he said, I mean, the thing is like it's nothing new. First of all, these plans have been in the works for a while, and if I remember correctly, they were approved during Trump's last term. I don't know. And Congress approved them. And they use money that they make to do it. A lot of people got this misconception that it's taxpayer money. I mean, in some way, maybe it is, but I don't know. The Fed does its own business, has its own business dealings. Like they make their own money. And most years, if they have any kind of surplus, the surplus goes to the U.S. Treasury. And if so, and that's it. But the one time when they say, hey, we need to update this old building, maybe the update is like not modest enough. I don't know. But I don't know what it has to do with taxpayer money or anything like that. So I don't know. But I do know that is exactly what Trump is doing. Well, let's not kid ourselves, okay? It's got nothing to do with an actual like criminal act or anything like that. It's solely to threaten the Fed to try and get them to lower interest rates, which is wild. It is wild. And maybe I meant fire torch. Torture. That's funny. What's going on, fam? What's going on, Mark Dutch? How you doing, Mark Dutch? So yeah, you got that going on. All right, so we're long and strong. Let's see. Momentum starting to fade, starting to turn red here. Is it time to TP? Money flow still green. True 7 still above 0 line. On the 3 minute. What about the 5? Momentum still strong on the 5. Same with True 7 and money flow. So those are looking decent. But this is a pretty nasty zone. There's no like equal highs or relatively equal highs. Just order blocks, fair value gaps. Right now we're fighting against some fair value gaps. Let's go to the hourly. Let's see. So yeah, an hourly fair value gap there. Order block here. We're still pushing. It seems the market likes the Fed news. I don't know. But we've been going up ever since. Oh. Keep pushing, Bitcoin. This is why it's always important to zoom out. Zoom out. Because instead of closing my trade early, now I'm more likely to hold it until at least the golden pocket. We've broken through the 50% retracement. Take profit at golden pocket. So 92,667. We can we? Yeah, I don't know about that. But let's see. Yeah, so we're looking pretty good right now as far as that goes. But let's zoom out even further because I do want to go over this. And this is what I've been pointing out a little bit for the past few days. I shared it in the Discord. Make sure you join the Discord. It is free. Let's take this. No extend. Boom. And that is the almighty hour of 3, which is reverting away right now. However, this could just be a pullback before continuation. And it's a pump happening at the after Asia opening, which typically, sometimes, a lot of times, is a fake move. So let's be cautious. Now, with that said, we might be looking at some more upside, at least relatively soon. So I wanted to go over this chart tonight because I was just putting it together earlier today. And I was trying to find some something to really like pinpoint. But so the orange line is Bitcoin. The white line is the Russell. We've got the Dow Jones and the S&P 500, NASDAQ. Light blue, red, and blue, respectively. And you can see all of the stock indices are pointing up. We've got the Dow Jones in new all-time highs. We've got the S&P 500 at new all-time highs. We've got NASDAQ on the door, knocking on the door of new all-time highs. And we have the Russell at new all-time highs. And Bitcoin is all the way down here. Now, anytime Bitcoin has been below all the others, it's had some kind of snapback to catch up with everything else. In particular, let's go back to where is it? Oh, there it is. So this is the 2021 summer lull. And then you saw it's below everything else. Everything else is still pushing and going higher. And then Bitcoin finally, boom, runs and catches up. And then everything kind of tops out together for the most part. Everything kind of a little bit of a double top here, except for Bitcoin and the Russell. So it more closely aligns with the Russell because the Russell is more risk on than the others. Let's turn off. Let's hide that as well. And there we go. So you can see Bitcoin pretty closely follows the Russell. And before Bitcoin breaks out into an all-time high, the Russell tends to do it first. And then look, they just go on together. Right now, Bitcoin is well below the Russell 2000. Is it going to push up? Is it going to go into new all-time highs? I think the real question is, I've got a few different questions, okay? Let's just go back to the regular chart, okay? My questions are, and I'll go over this too. But my questions are, do we go up, dead cat bounce, and roll over? Do we go to new all-time highs? Or do we have another push down before we can recover and go to new all-time highs? That's pretty much 3 different scenarios that I'm seeing right now. Of course, we could go all the way down. We could go much lower, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know that that's what's going to happen. But that's because I was looking at this earlier today. And this is the chart Prime Oscillator Pro Plus, and on the weekly chart. And if you look down here at this momentum wave, okay, that's this line right here. You can see that every time it's come down to the minus 100, it was either at a bottom or there was one more low to put in before the bottom was in. And that's every single time for the past 3 times. We're going to see what we do in number 4. So on this one, and right now we're 2 out of 3 on, it's got one more low to put in. If we're doing like an every other cycle thing, then the low would already be in. But anyways, not too much to go off of course. But we can look at it. We can say, oh, that's interesting. That's cool. So right here, low came in here. Had one more low to go. Right here, low came in here. That was it. That was the low. Low came in here. That's right here. Had one more low to go. And now we are sitting up here as we've bottomed out on the oscillator, on our momentum. Do we have one more low to go before continuation? Or does it, or is the bottom already in? Prepare for either scenario. This is why we DCA. So that if it does go, we still make some money. And if it doesn't, we should be close, based on historical norms, should be close to a bottom. But we'll see. We are sitting above the weekly dynamic reactor and the weekly quantum reactor. The weekly dynamic reactor is sitting at 78,598 on the top side, 75,528 on the bottom side. So about almost a $3,500 difference there. So between these two, I wish we could see a little bit more history on this, but Bitcoin just still hasn't really been around long enough. So, what are you guys saying? Hey, I'm Shep from Idaho. I was raised by potato farmers. I'm like the Forrest Gump of potatoes, minus being successful in farming potatoes. Shout out to Harp, shouting out Dutch, shouting out shout outs. All right, what is going on in here? I'm Rick from Texas. Where is your citizenship? Can we take a look at Soul? Sure, Chicken 1%. We'll take a look at it at some point. Do you accept Doge, Harp? Gold and silver? Boom shakalaka. So yeah, those are pretty much my scenarios for Bitcoin. We can take a look at gold and silver. We got gold continuing to push. So we're on the weekly. Let's go to the daily. So yeah, starting the week off to the upside. We'll see if it wants to continue. Close wick above and close below the upward trending resistance. So it needs to get above and find some support to get some continuation here for gold. We've got silver staying on trend, getting a bounce off trend. And it's also getting a breakout, or trying to anyway. This one's actually closed above its downward trending resistance. So yeah, we'll see if silver can continue. I've got a feeling it will, seeing as how supply is getting real thin. A physical silver supply is getting real thin. Shout out to Grocery Store Sushi. Yeah, I haven't been feeling right since I had sushi Thursday night. Might have got some radiation poisoning. What's our 10 and our 2 looking like? We've consistently been over that 50% threshold. Not consistently, but consecutively. Which is not good. It's usually signs of recession. Okay, we're at 63. 0.63. Wow, you are garbage. Why are you not loading? You don't want to load? Okay, well, it's 0.63, so whatever. So, recession coming? I don't know, man. It's such a mixed bag. It's so weird. Like, stagflation. I guess that's what it is. I guess it's just stagflation, man. Because everything, it's such a mixed bag. It's just like, man, what are we doing here? So this week's big test prints U.S. CPI. Do we have CPI? I know we have PPI. CPI for December. Let's go ahead and take a look at the economic stuff. Let's see. So yeah, we've got core inflation coming in at 8:30 Tuesday morning. That's Eastern Standard Time. Core inflation rate month over month, year over year, and then just our inflation rate month over month and year over year. Pay attention to the core. Prior was 2.6%. Forecast is 2.7%, so they're seeing a slight increase in core inflation. And for our year over year on our just regular inflation, looks to remain the same as the prior, 2.7. And then Wednesday, we have PPI, or PP in your eye. Shout out to Alexo Crypto. We've got PPI on Wednesday and existing home sales. So not too data heavy this week, but it'll be interesting to see what the inflation data is. I'm not entirely sure how much that matters for a Fed rate cut. I think that they're still just looking at jobs, and based on the job numbers from last week, it doesn't look like we're getting a January rate cut, and we might not even be getting a March rate cut. So Powell may not cut rates again before he leaves the Fed, or at least is no longer chairman of the Fed. So apparently, do we have retail sales? Yeah, we also have retail sales Wednesday too, so that'll be a little bit of a look into the economy and seeing how well consumers see if consumers are spending or not. It's forecasted to be at 0.4%, while the prior was 0%. So now this is taken in December, so that is taking in holiday sales. So there's that as well. So there might be a little bit of a nothing burger on the retail sales. Our Dixie, hold on, come back over here. Let's go to the Dixie. How's that looking? Pay attention to the trade. Oh, dang. It's coming down. Take the lows and go. We'll see. Just took those lows. We'll see. All right, Dixie, what are we doing over here? Let's go to the weekly. It's pretty much just been sideways, just like Bitcoin has. Is it trying to find a bottom? So we've got our resistance here. It's pretty clear. Our previous support flipping into resistance. We'll see what it does, if it can get back up to it, or, I mean, it already came back up to it and rejected. So if it can get back up into it, create a higher high, then maybe this can continue higher. Let's go to the Capcom so we can get some volume in here. There we go. Let's see. Money flow is red on the weekly. Not looking good there on the weekly. Can the dollar head lower even after stealing Venezuela? Geopolitics is bleeding into energy. Venezuela is now a live oil plus policy story, including Trump signaling he may block Exxon from Venezuela and moves to protect Venezuelan oil revenue held in U.S. accounts. Interesting. Crypto tape spot. That actually sounds like it would be against the dollar. Piper, are you still here? Shout out to Mexican Derby. What? Okay, I'm all shouted out. Y'all so wild. Not stoned enough for this conversation. Shout out to consumerism. Shout out to breaking LBC's focus. Y'all are wild. Piper, you don't seem like a weed user. Y'all wild. Alright. Bitcoin's dominance did briefly break below 59%. It's back above at 59.18%. We can see that money flow coming out hardcore on that BTC dominance. Looking at the Tether dominance, this is something I wanted to go over as well. It's been sideways for 7 weeks, of course. Same amount of time that Bitcoin has been sideways. Interesting. But if you look at the market cap, even it has been doing absolutely nothing. We had a slight increase those first 3 weeks, and now it's just been flat for the past 3. So they don't just print, typically, they don't just print unless there's demand for Tether. If there's demand for Tether, for new Tether, that means there's demand typically to buy Bitcoin or other crypto assets. The reason why they have to print or mint more USDT is because other USDT is locked up in something else. I don't know, in assets, who knows? But it's still on its way to the upside. So we really kind of want to see, let's just go ahead and let's do this real quick. Let's see. Let's compare. Let's put a compare tool on here. Let's put Bitcoin on here and let's see. All right. So after Bitcoin broke out into a new all-time high off of this high, then we saw an increase in Tether minting or printing. And during this whole move up, you see Tether market cap moving up. Same here. So they're just printing away as people are buying more and more Bitcoin, it looks like. Some would say so that they could buy more and more Bitcoin. Look at that, just straight line up. Bear market, USDT went down. How does the market cap of USDT go down while Bitcoin is going down? Quiz time. Naps are legit. Shout into. I read that as pantries. Shout out to pantries. So you see when Bitcoin corrects, USDT goes flat. Or at least it did there. You could see, I mean, it's not really flat. I mean, it's still ticking slowly to the upside. But once you get that big push, then you start seeing big flows or minting of USDT. So, pretty interesting. And you can see, look, even during this massive down move, we're still just kind of staying up. No rolling over yet on the USDT market cap. Exiting market. Could be. Why would USDT market cap go down? You know they do burn USDT every now and then. Now, what about the actual, what is it? USDT / USD? Nope, that's not it. Someone quick. How do I get the USDT USD? There it is. It's been a lot less chaotic this cycle. Look how many times it went way like depegged from the dollar a lot. You know, there's people that like used to arbitrage this. But I mean, it's been pretty solid since 2023, late 2023. You have a few random spikes up and down here or there, but for the most part, it's pretty flat, which is what you want to see. You want it to be pegged to the dollar. You don't want it to be more or less. Maybe this was a burn, right? Maybe this was a burn. So you lose supply, therefore you see a spike against the dollar, but it comes right back down as it should. I'm looking at something real quick. I clicked on that link, Dutchy, but it took me nowhere. Definitely not lacking entertainment night. I'm glad you guys are having fun in the chat. It's pretty awesome. Just all right. I'm really not inebriated. Just trying to fit in. Yeah, don't break to peer pressure, Shep. These guys will get you. That's it, Shep. Keep us away from drinking. There you go. That's a 1. All right, let's see. I was asked to look at Sol, so we'll take a look at Sol. Start on the daily. Let's see. Money flow. Nice curvature back to the upside. Let's see if it can break that 0 line. Real nice. But right now, it's still the same. You know, want to break above this high. Create a higher high. Break. And then get a pullback. And then get continuation. So I still think there's a good chance that we continue to go higher. Because I mean, I still think, I mean, even Piper still hasn't ruled out at least a dead cat bounce, right? We'll see. We'll see if we can get that dead cat bounce, or if not, more than that. That'd be pretty nice. Let's go to the 4. Let's see. Not usually one that likes to trade triangles. But that's a nice clean break. I'd prefer if the 4-hour closed above this high, though, and not close below it, because then we run the risk of a swing fail pattern. We have 15 minutes until that makes its decision. Pie Bear still thinks it's highly likely that we get a dead cat bounce. So there you go. Now this was showing the SMT divergence between Solana and Bitcoin. So that's still in play. Now, measured move on this, we'll go from this low to this high from the breakout. 164.14. That also gets us up into an order block, close to it. So that's pretty solid there. Now if we pull a fib from high to low, doesn't get us anywhere. If we go from this high, swing high, swing low, 786. I don't have the 886 on here. Let's take a look-see. So it almost gets you there to the 886 at 166.15. So I would say it would also be taking out this high. We do have some imbalances in here. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a good chance that we could get this. Get that move. Still want to see it break above the high here at 147. So get a break above that. And don't get a harsh rejection of the golden pocket. Of course, everything is going to be in confluence. You know, if Bitcoin is hitting a key level at the same time and it rejects an Ethereum and all of those, then we got to be careful, especially, you know, if we can add in oscillators showing it being overbought, then as everything is hitting levels, you know, key levels, then, you know, we got to be careful. Got to be careful. USDT dominance. Now, this is where I'm like, kind of sketch, okay? Weekly. There we go. All right, so you can see we did pop up here. And right now, we've just been sideways on our USDT dominance, of course, for the last 7 weeks, as Bitcoin has been sideways as well. And this does kind of look like a potential, its own little bull flag in here. Of course, if, bull pennant, if USDT pumps to the upside, the dominance, then that means Bitcoin is moving to the downside, along with all of our other risk on assets that are tied to, or they're in the, whatever. Brain no thinky like good. I like a good high time frame trend based fib myself. Pull that high time frame fib from April low to October all-time high. Shout out to Piper. Shout out to Melissa. One Love, LBCOG in the house. How you doing, Melissa? Thank you for being here. Have you gotten your stickers yet? Piper, you need to send me an address so I can send you some stickers. Some LBC stickers. I'll just send you some. On BTC. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. We'll take a look at it. So yeah, USDT dominance. I mean, we wanted to do this. But it's just been kind of consolidating, and maybe it'll do that. And if it does that, it's not looking good. So let's hope it breaks down this week so that we can get a little bit more upside. Okay. 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 All right, let's do a clean chart for this. He said, shout out Sunday with LBC. There we go. April low. April low, so this one. To all-time high. To this low. Do you have a flag? No flag, no country. Where'd it go? Is this what you're talking about? So yeah, right now, okay, so we're being held up by the 0.114. We're at the 0.236. It'd be nice if we can get a break of that. Let's see. Let's put on now our 52-week SMA. 52-week SMA sits at the 0.382, which is at just above 100K. So a little bit of confluence there. What if I just pull a normal fib from high to low? Do have the 50% retracement just above that as well. So about a $2,000 zone right there. Then you have a whole bunch. You have the 50, the golden pocket of the standard fibs, and the 618. All right here. All right here. Between 106, we'll say 106.5 to 112.5. Give or take. Little bit of confluence. Let's get rid of that one. So what did you want me to look at with this specifically? That's what I want to know. Hey, JR, what's going on? Yeah, retracement. I mean, I figured. 0.32, 50% retracement sits at 106,475. The 618 sits at 112,582. And yeah, so why the 52-week SMA? Well, look at this little move right here. How long did this last? From the time it broke down to the time it back tested it, about 12 weeks. From the time it broke it and closed below it right here to current time, we're at 9 weeks. So 2 more weeks of upside. Or 3 more weeks of upside. 2.5. 2.5. I mean, it looks like we might be able to do that. We might get this push up here, and then we might get another push the next week. And then from there, it's all downhill. It's no bueno. Right, let's go on this. Okay, figures. Round tripping the scalp trade. It's almost at the stop. Whatever. Whatevs. We'll see. All right, come on. We've got fair value gap here. We got a fair value gap here. I know you want to just run up, okay? Just run up. Very nice. Just run up. This was sitting at like $20 or $22 profit, but oh well. All right, getting a little bit of a push. Nobody knows, but it's provocative. Shout out to 40K BTC. I don't see that happening. Get low, bend over to the front and touch your toes. We are in the golden pocket. Low to high. Never mind, I'll show it tomorrow. Oh. You just said, never mind, I'll show it tomorrow. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how you said April low to October high. So I don't know what I just did what you said. So you gotta tell me where that third one is. April bottom, all-time high top. That's what I mean on the standard fib? I thought you said trend-based fib. Okay. Well, there's that. We are at the golden pocket, yes. That's interesting. Did not almost hit the 886. Did not quite tap it. Yes, no, not trend based. Okay. Well, there you go. So you can see we actually got some support here at the 786. Let's go to the weekly. No weekly closes below the 786. Typically, or oftentimes that can be bullish. If you're not able to close below the 786 or above, if you're in a retrace, typically the 786 is your the last line of defense. Pretty indecisive candle last week. Nice little sweep of the highs though. But I mean, you can see, I mean, we're still just caught in this freaking range, man. It's time to break out at some point, and it might be a doozy or it might be nothing. It might fake us out. Either way, it could fake us out to the downside and then go. It could fake us out to the upside and then drop. We take it day by day because that's all that we can do. Oh, well, I made it through. Even though I'm dying over here, but push through all the ailments, and then we live to fight another day. But anyways, yeah, break that golden pocket. It could rip. Well, there you go. Shout out to Army Piper. Make sure you guys go over to the Piper Academy and subscribe if you have not already. Subscribe to the Piper Academy and check out the morning market report tomorrow. I'm sure Piper has a lot of hot takes for about this whole Powell situation, along with his little fib stuff. So thank you guys for joining me this evening. I do greatly appreciate you. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out and subscribing to the channel if you are new. We are very close to 1,000 subs. So it'd be super cool if we get there like this week. Just 65 more subs to go last I checked. So let's do it. Let's get it done, man. Share the stream out. Join the Discord. I will see you guys in the chats tomorrow. Well, maybe not so much. I am going to be busy this week. So, but I will see you in a Discord at some point. So, yeah, thank you all for joining me. I will see you all tomorrow. Be safe. Use a stop loss. Use proper risk management. All that good stuff. And, yeah, I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I will catch you all in the morning. Let's sling some charts. Mad love. God bless. Peace out. Ride the waves. Bye.
I don't sell dream. I move church. I sling charts like dope, line sharp, cut clean. Price jump, heart cold, no caffeine. Screens glow, late night, blue light, red print. They chase moves, get smoke, I'll wait, then click. Levels map, bag seal, every wick I wait. They want cars, bars, I just read the tape. Hold up, sling it. Sling it, sling it. Chart slinger still calm, orders fly, no noise. They talk loud, trade wrong, I deploy. Supply, rap, tight them and get hit. They guess I flip, breathe low, sling it. Sling it. Sling it. Slang gang. Different suckers. Sling it. Slang gang. I put on with LBC. I put on with LBC. Yeah, I put on with LBC. On with LBC. I put on with LBC. On with LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon gods on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Started with a vision, now we running the game. Charts glow, purple teal, yeah, you know the name. From the beach to the block, we controlling the tide. Every candle that we light, that's the way we ride. I've been grinding through the night, while the city don't sleep. Putting LBC on maps, taking wins, stacking deep. From the charts to the streets, got the fam in the mix. Every move calculated, yeah, we playing with steel. I put on for LBC, on for LBC. I put on for LBC, on for LBC. Wave riders in the building, yeah, they riding with me. Moon gods on my chain, ain't no breaking the team. Crypto hustle late nights, yeah, we stay in the zone. Stacking knowledge, stacking bags, turning charts into gold. Market makers throw shade, but we glow through the rain. Every dip just a test, every loss turns to gain. Got the fam worldwide, but the roots run deep. From the med, I was grind to the LBC streets. This for every wave rider who believed in the dream. We gon' put it on the map, keep it real, reign supreme. Reign supreme, reign supreme, reign supreme. I put on for LBC.